Yes, this is Jacques Angelino. I'm not able to answer your call at this time. Please leave a message, and I will call you back. Thank you.
Hi, Jacques. This is Mike Divini. I have a lot of size 3 diapers that I wanted to donate, and I was just curious if you're still making your trips during the shutdown, the stay-at-home order. Thanks. So I've been reaching out to Jacques Angelino for a while. He was actually a contestant on the Cash Explosion TV show, and I'm the DJ for that show most of the time. Not the always DJ, but usual DJ for the crowd participation to keep everybody amped up and excited. When he showed up for the show, he was wearing a T-shirt that said "Feed and Read Ohio" with his phone number on it. When they come in early in the morning or in the beginning of the late afternoon, we do 2 tapings on Wednesday and the 2 tapings on Thursday. So we get 4 shows for that month. So when he first came in, we bring the contestants into the studio to get them used to it first. And we give them like a dry run of how the show is going to go so that they're not nervous or not as nervous when they're in a full studio audience. So we always ask them, a little bit about themselves so we can give a little bit of information to the host so they can have something to talk to him about. Well, clearly we had to ask him about his shirt. Hey, what's Feed and Read Ohio? So he told us a little bit about how for the past 15 years, he's been driving down to Athens County, Ohio, and delivering food and literature and school supplies to underprivileged households, just families that, due to circumstances outside of their control, just needed some help. And at a time like this, we can all relate that we need help. People just need help. And he's been doing it for a decade and a half, not for any other reason than they needed help and he could do it. If you go to feedandreadohio.org, you can check out his website. He got his 501c3 3 years ago, and you can check out all the things he's been doing. So he's got some facts here talking about poverty and literacy, talking about hunger, which is brutal to think about hunger here in the richest country in the world. And we're still dealing with hunger. Ohio has the 12th highest rate of households facing food insecurity in the U.S., with 14.8% of households facing food insecurity. Why? Just why? Why is that a thing? Why in the richest country in the world is hunger still a thing? And thank you, Jacques, for doing something about it. For you guys on the audio podcast, I'll give you a little bit of in-depth about Jacques, the founder and CEO. He's a former special needs educator and nurse. He's worked to serve people in his community by providing food and literature for over 15 years without the formal structure of the 501c3. When asked in an August 3rd, 2015 article by the Columbus Dispatch about why he goes through all of the trouble to help people, Angelino responded by saying, "Because it's the right thing to do. It's that simple." At Feed and Read Ohio, Angelino hopes that you will join him in doing the right thing. Since 2017, he's donated 445 backpacks full of school supplies. So what he does is he goes and he likes to call it rescuing food. In the past 3 years, he's rescued and purchased and delivered 116,000 pounds of food and given them to communities in Linden, Whitehall, Clintonville, and the rural Athens County. Poverty affects many facets of life, including access to reliable transportation, and that's why they deliver the food directly to the communities that have the greatest need and the biggest barriers to access to nutritious food. And then illiteracy. In rural Ohio, using a library can be extremely difficult due to lack of accessibility. They saw this problem and tackled it by bringing the books to the children least served. Every book box they deliver is accompanied by 2 children's books with the purpose of fostering literacy at an early age. They've delivered around 26,000 kids' books over the past 3 years. Additionally, every August, they distribute book bags full of school supplies. So the best thing that you can do to help Feed and Read Ohio is making a donation. If you make a monetary donation, it goes right to rescuing food before it gets wasted so that it can feed families in need. Other donations that are critical are the books, the school supplies, but also feminine hygiene products, infant and adult diapers, and dog and cat food. So if you do want to make a donation, all of this is done by arrangement. Of course, you can go to the website, feedandreadohio.org. The "and" is spelled out, A-N-D. And you can call Jacques personally at 614-439-0245. So area code 614-439-0245. So I'm going to keep trying to get in contact with him because I don't know how he's making all of this happen during our current stay-at-home order. But I know that he does make trips every Monday to these families in need, and he's been doing that for the past 15 years. So he definitely needs donations. He needs financial support to keep the food going. I need you guys to get in contact with him as well to make sure that he's well stocked and he keeps some gas in that van for those trips. So I'll try to get in touch with them to make sure that we're keeping families' pantries full, because as Jacques says, he hopes that we can join him in doing the right thing. And whether we're in a global pandemic or not, helping those in most need is obviously the right thing to do. And I hope that is at the core of who you are. That's the best answer I've heard. Well, it's good that you're busy.
Yeah, it's all good.
So does that mean are you still making trips?
Yep.
I was worried about that.
Yeah, they were going crazy down there Monday. They opened at 1 o'clock, and at 12:30 they had a long line waiting for them to open up.
Oh, nice. Okay. So they have a system in place to keep everybody kind of separated and...
Actually, they've had the system in place, strangely enough, coincidentally, the perfect system for about the last 10 years.
Oh.
Where people drive up, and what all the pantries in Franklin County have gone to is what they've been doing for 10 years because it just works better.
Okay.
They've got a road out in front of their pantry, and people drive up, and the person goes out with the clipboard and checks them in, and then calls back how many boxes, and the people pop their trunk, and the people bringing the boxes out just go and put it right in the trunk.
Nice.
So they don't even have to come in contact with the people, and to get somebody's name, we've got a proxy paper down there where we can sign for the people. They don't have to sign it, so they don't even, we can be 10, 12 feet away and get all the information.
Okay.
So it's really pretty cool. We didn't have the proxy before the virus, but we had the system of, popping the trunks and putting the food boxes in the trunks. And,
yeah. You were doing
down there.
The shopping pull up to go before all the grocery stores were doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And I was sitting in the pantry miles away from these people, actually 50 feet away from them, but I was making food boxes because we started running out. I thought, holy crap, this hadn't happened in a while, but this is a new time.
Yeah, it's a much bigger need now, for sure.
Yeah, and all the kids are home from school, and a lot of the adults down there lost their jobs. They were working fast food or working in a motel, and just like up here. Except down there, it's the white people doing it. And up here, it's usually the Mexicans or Latinos doing it.
Yeah.
And a big, large 100-unit trailer park in Whitehall that I've been assisting with for the last 3 or 4 years. A friend of mine lives there. There's about 95 units that are working for Mexicans, and 2 Wednesdays ago, the husbands and wives were working 2 jobs each, 6 days a week, got laid off because the restaurants closed and the motels closed.
Oh, geez.
I have a bakery that used to give me about 30 loaves of really good bread every week, and they were in North Market. Well, North Market's closed now.
Right.
So they're not in the bakery's not working because there's nobody to get to sell it to when they're in the market. It's a struggle. It's a challenge, but people are going online and finding me, and because I'm on a Linden website, and I've got my own website, and I've handed out my card. I don't know how many people.
Good.
And I tell them to call me, and they do. And the thing is, I just, run around like a chicken with my head cut off to make sure I can serve them.
we need more of you. That's the problem. How do we
take the good, not the bad? But anyway, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding you. I'm blessed. I am blessed. I've got a lot of angels around me. I've got people giving me masks. I've got people making hand sanitizer and putting it in bottles and giving it to me. And
oh, wow.
And it's just the food aspect is getting a little bit low, but we do what we can.
That's why I was wanting to get a hold of you. I mean, our baby grew out of her diapers, and we have a lot of size 3 to give.
Oh, yeah.
I was the DJ for the Cash Explosion TV show when you were on it. So,
oh, you were?
Yeah, so I got to hear you talk about the whole program, and I was blown away by what you were doing.
Oh, cool.
It was listening to your story that finally helped me. I've been wanting to do a podcast for a very, very long time, and I never had a reason to, but then I realized that I need to just tell other people's stories, and your story is an incredible one. Obviously, I can't get you to my house, to my studio to interview you, but I just wanted to just push people to your website and give your phone number so people can get stuff to you, because right now is the time that people need help the most. So with your permission...
Oh, God, they're desperate out there. They're falling off the cliff.
Oh, yeah.
Try to have them call me instead of emailing me, because I'm running around in the car like a crazy man right now.
Okay.
Because some of the stores where I was buying stuff from are having shortages, so instead of walking in getting cases of, say, pinto beans or rice, sometimes I'm limited to 2 bags or this or that.
Gotcha.
But now, where did you see me on the... You said you were where on the Cash Explosion?
Yeah, so when you were a contestant on the Cash Explosion show, I was the DJ playing all the music for the audience.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm with you now, okay.
So I was hidden in the corner. I'm sure you never saw me, but even when you came in for the rehearsal, there was just a very small amount of crew, and I played the music when you walked in, and then I played the song when you walked out to go get your makeup and all that stuff, and it played Money, Money, Money. That was me playing that music.
Well, I hope I can do your podcast sometime. I think I've got a compelling story, and this is my 4th year to have my 501c3, and I go down to Athens to a pantry in Western Athens County every Monday for the past 16 years.
Yeah.
And 4 years ago, I started expanding into Franklin County, and this morning I was helping some Mexican families off of South Lockbourne, and yesterday I was in Whitehall, and then today I was also in Linden in 2 different households, and I collect feminine hygiene products and toiletries, and I even gave out a person in North Linden that I met that just got out of jail, and I made sure she had plenty of food to eat. She said she was going to be eating gravy and rice because that's all she had, and I gave her a ham for Thanksgiving and a 10-pound bag of potatoes and a bar of soap and 2 bags of food, and she was just blown away by it. But,
Yeah.
you know, I'm blessed to be able to do it.
That's
so,
amazing.
And diapers are fine, and adult and children's diapers, and any kind of feminine hygiene products and children's clothing that are in good shape, and, you know, obviously food, and, you know, I don't know what else. Let's see. Yeah, dog and cat food, because people will not eat to feed their dogs and cats, or they'll cut their medicine in half.
Oh, yeah.
And the blood pressure pill doesn't help your blood pressure by half.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, I'm glad I had a chance to speak, you know, and you heard me because I've spoken at classes at Columbus State and different places, and I guess the 5-year-olds ask the toughest questions as a rule. But
I bet.
I've spoken to senior centers and Kilbourne High School, you know, and so, you know, I'm willing to speak. Anybody that wants me to speak, you know, I'm free, and I have a good message. I think it's compelling.
Oh, yeah.
And the read part, I used to be a special ed teacher. That's what my master's is in. And I wanted to do more than just feed people. I wanted to help them get out of poverty, so I figured if I could get books in their home, then the kids could practice reading and become better readers and get a better education and then possibly get out of poverty.
Right. That's the hardest thing is just
give,
having access to that.
Yeah, and if you're poor, you can't buy a book, and a lot of times libraries are not convenient. And now that school's out, you know, and a lot of these people don't have a Kindle or you know, a computer or laptop or PC or anything. And it's important to have books in the home. And the average upper-class child at 7 years old has 25 books in the home.
Wow.
And the average food-insecure kid has 1 book per 300 families.
Jeez.
That means 299 families don't have a book, and the other family has 1 book. And the great thing about reading is the more you read, the better you read, and the better you read, the more you read. So a lot of people are out there feeding people, and that's highly important, but I want to feed their bodies and their minds.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you calling and what you're doing, and if there's anything I can do to help extend this, or you want to interview me again, or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. When we're able to meet in person, for sure. I want to catch up and see what else we can do.
Yeah, the lady that was one of the MCs at that Cash Explosion, when we were doing the rehearsal, she goes, "Now make sure you're ready to talk because we want to find out about your organization that I had on my shirt."
Yeah.
Of course, I had 5 of my volunteers in the audience wearing the shirts also.
Oh, yeah.
And I got phone calls. I got phone calls while you were airing the show on the 29th.
Oh, good.
I got one from Tip City, and I got one from Washington Courthouse.
Nice.
And then last week, I got a call from Columbus that a guy had just been waiting to call me, and he said he wanted to donate some items, and then he wants to volunteer for my organization once the virus is over. So
that's amazing.
You know, a month and a half later, they're still calling. So this is beautiful.
I remember you mentioning that your van needed some work, and you were looking to buy a new van. Did you have any luck with that?
Well, actually, strangely enough, I had my one van has 280,000 miles on it. It's a 2001 Honda Odyssey, and I had 2 families donated $2,000 each.
Nice.
One family donated $1,500. 2 men donated $1,000 each. And then a friend of mine did a GoFundMe, which raised $1,500, and now I have 2 vans. And my new van is a 2010 silver Honda Odyssey like the other one.
Okay.
And I have 87,000 miles on it instead of 280,000.
Much better.
So now I've got both vans full of food, and I'm picking up and delivering every single day.
Oh, that's amazing.
And, the people that I help, I feel blessed every day because, I've got a pantry full of food, a refrigerator full of food, and a side-by-side freezer full of food. And these people are eating what I take them that day as a rule.
It's incredible.
And, the kids are all home, so I pick up coloring books and crayons and take them to the kids, and then I give them reading books, and some of them I have that are in Spanish and English on the same page. And I just gave away my green eggs and ham in Spanish to a friend of mine's kids, so they could
cool.
have a book. So I love what I'm doing, and I'm a volunteer, and, I do this full-time, and I have 3 really good volunteers, Linda Cox in Whitehall, team leader, and Tammy Blair in Linden, a team leader, and then Elisa Mahone, who is in Linden, and she's my right hand and my left hand in Linden. So I've got really good, dedicated people. Elisa just took a 40-pound bag of rice I picked up at the store and put it into 1-pound bags, and I took that down to Linda, to Whitehall, and Linda gave it away to the people with the pinto beans.
Nice.
So we're working, but it's crazy busy out there, and of course we never have enough donations. So
right, it's especially hard now with shelves getting emptied because everybody's nervous.
And I've got 2 babies that I've been giving size 2 diapers to, so the 3s will come in handy because I'm pretty sure they're getting close to a 3 now. I just saw one of the boys. One of the people named him after me. His name is Noel Jacques.
Nice.
So that's Tammy's grandson. So anyway, Tammy and Linda were 2 of the people in the group in the audience.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so anyway, anything you can do to help and have the people call me, and I return calls very quickly and very easily, and make it very easy for people to donate.
That's amazing. Well, Jacques, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just want to let you know that I appreciate you more than you know, and I'm just so grateful that you're doing this for our community. We need more people like you. You're a blessing.
Well, thanks. It's my pleasure, and I hope to meet you someday, face to face, 6 feet away.
Exactly. All right.
All right. Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
And I'll be looking forward to doing a podcast for you.
For sure. I'll save a spot for you.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Talk to you later.
Be safe out there.
I will. You too.